Juan Martín del Potro. You might know him as the Tower of Tandil or the Gentle Giant of tennis, but there's so much more to his story than just a couple of nicknames. His journey from a kid with a dream in Argentina to one of the most beloved players in the world is nothing short of incredible. Juan Martín del Potro was born on September 23, 1988 in Tandil, Argentina. From a young age, he showed immense potential on the tennis court. With his tall frame and powerful ground strokes, he quickly rose through the junior ranks. Juan Martín del Potro turned professional in 2005 at the age of 16. Born in Tandil, Argentina, he stands at an impressive height of 6 feet 6 inches. In 2009, at just 20 years old, Del Potro claimed his first Grand Slam title by winning the US Open. During his memorable run at the tournament, he defeated Rafael Nadal in the semifinals in straight sets. In the championship match, Del Potro faced Roger Federer, the 5-time defending US Open champion. The thrilling final went the distance, with Del Potro emerging victorious after 5 hard-fought sets. This triumph made Del Potro the first player to overcome both Federer and Nadal in the same Grand Slam event. Additionally, he became the first player since Nadal at the 2008 Wimbledon Championships to defeat Federer in a Grand Slam final. Del Potro's impressive victory over 2 of the greatest players in tennis history solidified his position as a rising star in the sport. Between the 2005 Australian Open and 2012 US Open, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Novak Djokovic won 29 out of the 30 Grand Slam titles. Juan Martín del Potro's 2009 US Open victory was the only exception during this period. In January 2010, Del Potro reached a career-high ranking of world number 4 in the ATP rankings. However, a few months later, Del Potro suffered a wrist injury that forced him to miss most of the 2010 season. He briefly returned to the tour in 2011, winning the Delray Beach International Tennis Championships, but his wrist problems continued to affect his performance. "I was 3rd best tennis player in the world, but now I have nothing after devastating injuries," says emotional Del Potro. This began a recurring theme that would unfortunately come to define Del Potro's career: periods of brilliance interrupted by injuries. Over the next several years, he would repeatedly battle back from wrist, knee, and other issues to return to the upper echelons of the game, only to be knocked back down again. In 2016, Del Potro played a crucial role in Argentina's Davis Cup victory, their first ever win in the tournament. In the final against Croatia, he came back from a 2-set deficit to defeat Marin Cilic. At the 2016 Rio Olympics, Del Potro won the silver medal in men's singles, losing to Andy Murray in a final that lasted over 4 hours. He also reached the quarterfinals of the 2016 US Open, where he was defeated by the eventual champion Stan Wawrinka in a 5-set match. These accomplishments were particularly impressive, considering Del Potro's struggles with wrist injuries in the years leading up to 2016. Del Potro's 2016 heroics reignited hope that he could still contend for major titles, even after so many injury layoffs. He entered 2017 with positive momentum and backed it up with strong results. At the US Open, he scored an emotional win over Roger Federer in the quarterfinals before losing to Rafael Nadal in the semis. Building on his resurgent 2017, Del Potro reached even greater heights in 2018. In March, he captured his first career Masters 1000 title at the BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells. In a throwback to his 2009 US Open run, he took out Federer in the final after defeating Nadal in the semis. A few months later, Del Potro cracked the top 3 for the first time, reaching world number 3 that August. He then made a second US Open final, coming up just short in a hard-fought match against Novak Djokovic to finish as runner-up. Juan Martín del Potro had a combined head-to-head record of 16-51 against the big 3 of Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, and Roger Federer. He faced Djokovic 20 times, winning 4 and losing 16 of their encounters. One of their most memorable matches was in the 2013 Wimbledon semifinals, which Djokovic won in 5 sets. Del Potro's record against Nadal was 6-11, while against Federer, it was 6-18. Despite these losses, many of their matches were closely contested, showcasing Del Potro's ability to challenge the dominance of the Big 3 when he was at his best. Del Potro's powerful serve and forehand made him particularly dangerous on fast, hard courts and grass. Still, the fact that Del Potro was able to compete so well against the Big 3 and actually defeat them on some of the biggest stages is a testament to his immense ability. If not for his terrible injury luck, it's tantalizing to imagine how many more titles he could have won. Sadly, Del Potro's physical struggles caught up to him again in his early 30s. After reaching the Wimbledon quarterfinals in 2018, ongoing knee issues sidelined him for the remainder of the season. He made a brief return in 2019, but was still hampered by knee pain. After losing in the first round of the 2019 Queen's Club Championships, Juan Martín del Potro did not compete in another professional tennis match for over 2.5 years due to persistent injuries. During this period, he underwent multiple surgeries and extensive rehabilitation to address his physical issues. In February 2022, Del Potro officially announced his retirement from professional tennis, acknowledging that his injuries had become too challenging to overcome. His last professional match was a first-round loss to Federico Del Bonis at the 2022 Argentina Open, where he received an emotional farewell from fans and fellow players. There weren't many dry eyes in the house as Del Potro bid an emotional farewell to the fans and the sport he gave so much to. The Tower of Tandil walked off the court for the last time to a massive ovation, a fitting end for a player who personified grit, heart, and determination. As Del Potro's retirement made clear, professional tennis is an incredibly demanding sport. The combination of constant travel, physical intensity, and mental stress make it a challenge to stay healthy year after year. For a player with Del Potro's injury history, continuing to compete at the highest level eventually became unsustainable. However, Del Potro leaves behind an impressive legacy. In addition to his US Open title, Olympic medals, Davis Cup triumph, and Masters 1000 crown, he was widely respected by both fans and fellow players. His humble, soft-spoken demeanor and sportsmanship made him universally beloved. Juan Martín del Potro's career was cut short, but his impact and achievements won't be forgotten. So, legends of the game community, where does Del Potro rank among the greats of his era? What's your favorite memory of the gentle giant? Let everyone know in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe to Legends of the Game for more incredible content.